Welcome to Let's Talk Sports with Turnaj, your number one spot for football hot takes, bold opinions, and top-level Lagos chaos. I am your anchor, Femi, and here with me we have Unilag's finest, the ladies' man in the building, Christopher.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, football no dey gree for anybody again. From Champions League madness to Europa League, voila. Everybody just dey collect. Even Arsenal, no rest for them over the Carabao Cup. Man, it is something.
Next up, we got the biggest presence in the room, the man with the bold takes, Mr. D, I call him, Daniel in the building.
Whoa, what's up? Now, wahala for people wey come up for Champions League, we still dey focus on Europa League, you get me? But we still dey, we gather day, you start that kind of thing.
So how's the week going for you? What's happening? What's trending? And we can see the Mo Salah saga, the AFCON saga. What's your take on that? So if you are going with the Mo Salah Neymar saga, or rather the Rooney Neymar saga?
I would support Rooney because for me, man, we really said the truth, man. Neymar has fallen right from the time. I mean, I can compare prime Hazard to prime Neymar. To me, that's my take, man. Prime Hazard, much more better than prime Hazard. Prime Hazard is much more better than prime Neymar. To me, I mean, I can argue that anyway because it is fact. That is fact.
Hello, sorry, sir.
Yes.
You go argue for years. You understand that kind of thing? Because why would you say that, man? You can't say that, bro. Let me tell you. You need to understand something here. Neymar is not just football. He's not just a footballer, rather. He is football. I'm not trying to put him on the level with Messi and Ronaldo.
After Barcelona,
he is football.
After he left Barcelona, what else has he done?
What happened to before Barcelona?
Before Barcelona, who knows Neymar?
Everybody, brother. I will tell you something you don't know today. Since you said...
But Mr. Daniel, I agree with the fact that at some point, I think 2011, Neymar was the only player that made the Ballon d'Or top 10 outside Europe. Well, exactly. Don't you think that's a big one for him?
That is a big one outside Europe. Yeah, he made the Ballon d'Or top 10. Yeah, it shows that he was an upcoming person. He had what it takes. You understand? That fact cannot be removed. But let's see, since he has gotten to Europe, it has been injury over injury. I mean, I don't know
who
we're
talking about who is a better footballer.
Yeah.
We're talking about who is a better footballer.
I would say Hazard.
No, brother.
I would say Hazard is a better footballer
I'm
for
not
me.
disputing your own facts, but I'm telling you, like it is wrong. Totally. I don't know. I'm going to put it in English words, but they're correct, my brother. Because what's it called? Neymar has been a top-notch player right from age 17. I'll tell you, Santos have not won the league before Neymar came up from the academy for years, for more than a decade. Neymar came out of the academy, won them the league, won them Copa Libertadores or whatever they call that competition back there. No, not this to my Spanish brothers out there, but won them the trophy there, went as far as going to the Club World Cup final, playing against a prime Barcelona. 2011 Barcelona was no joke.
Yeah, that's
they looked at it right there and they were like, this guy is the real deal.
I think these arguments will be better settled when we compare things like longevity
exactly.
or prime.
Wait. You want to now tell me that
for prime Neymar is better, but
exactly.
in terms of
if you say
prime Neymar is better.
And Neymar was classified Neymar's prime when he was in Barcelona, right?
Yes, that's Neymar's
but
prime.
how many times was he on injury when he was in Barcelona?
I think just once. I think 2014 he played.
Can I even tell you something?
Remember that when he was at Barcelona,
Hazard that you're talking about was an injury player.
Messi was also there at Barcelona. And Messi was a man at Barcelona then.
So we're not comparing Neymar to Messi.
Yes,
we are comparing. You guys are comparing, and I'll call out cap on a former footballer, Gio, that said that Sadio Mane is even better than Neymar. That is disrespectful.
That is disrespectful to Neymar.
Which is the same thing you're doing right here.
Mr. Daniel,
compare Sadio Mane to Hazard. You can't compare Sadio Mane to prime Hazard.
Prime for prime, Neymar, Rooney. Who are you picking?
Of course, Neymar. Who's Rooney?
In terms of time span longevity.
Rooney played as a striker. Rooney played as a striker for most of his career.
True.
After coming out of the midfield. But Neymar still scored more goals from him, coming out from the wing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So why would you now tell me that a player that is playing in a position where they create place for you to score goals, and someone coming from the wing He's scoring more than you. Then you're telling me, did you even see who played in the 2014 World Cup with
Brazil.
Neymar for Brazil?
Yeah, Oscar
and Fred. Come on.
Attack.
Fred was not even playing in Europe. Fred was playing in Brazil.
Yeah, it was a weak team.
It was a very weak team. And who was the main player
Neymar.
there? At the age of what? 23.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did you see Hazard there?
Nope.
When did you notice Hazard? 2018 World Cup. And that was the only time. Let me tell you, between 2017 to 2020 or 2019, that was Hazard prime.
No, I don't agree to that.
I know you won't agree. I said because you're a Chelsea fan.
Because you're a Chelsea fan. Prime for prime, Neymar, Rooney. Who are you picking?
You know, if you look at the stats,
Yeah.
If you look at the stats, I would actually it's all stat points to Neymar as all stat points to Neymar. But I mean, let's take a look at Rooney right now. Look at how old is Rooney, 38, and see how he looks like. You know that man, this man is not what he is, and he's not there anymore. And even if you compare Rooney at his prime, I mean, to Neymar, I mean, I would say Neymar, obviously. So I would agree with him.
So you accept?
No, I think at this point we should also give the audience an opportunity to just drop something in the comment section, because to me, I personally feel Neymar is a better player in every aspect.
See, we didn't say. This side of the room. You see this side like this?
Yes.
This side. Just leave.
If you remove if you remove the English media,
don't say let's. You're not going to go.
if you remove the English media away from Rooney, the guy is an
this guy
average
is
footballer.
He's good. on my wavelength.
Because the English PR, that's what he has. He's a good footballer. Maybe because I'm a United fan. Let's move on. Let's agree. Neymar is better.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Let's not
take
Don't say you take that.
All stats
Okay,
points to
this
it.
is to Mr. Chris. This is to Mr. Chris.
Yeah.
What's your take on CAF decision that on Morocco being
That's total bullshit. I mean, if you ask me that's total BS. I mean, it's from an association of that caliber, and given the way African football has now been put in the world map, I know it has been getting recognition in the world right now. That's what they did. Right, it's a total BS. If you ask me, because how would you say because they were off the field for 15 minutes, and now 2 months after you're ruling that they did not win it, that now you're giving it to Morocco. And I would say that it was only given to Morocco because Morocco refused to host the AFCON as it was scheduled for them to host. So I can't feel like
what's your take on that?
I will agree with him. Everything he said is true. Like, look up. Let's just be sincere with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we look at African football as a kind of like a footballing environment where like we don't take things serious here. Like, look at our leagues. Our leagues are not out there, and it's because of situations like this.
Yes, I agree.
We have in Europe where like players decide to leave a particular match because of one thing or the other, probably the fans or something, and then they come back. They don't restart the matches. They just keep on playing from where they stop. They play the matches to where it's meant to end, and whatever the result is
the result.
So now Sadio Mane did something exceptional for African football, calling those players back to play. You understand?
Yeah. Remember that the player felt wrong.
Yes.
They felt wrong.
Yes.
That's why they walk up the pitch in the first place. Okay, let's say there's a rule of maybe you are off the field for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Remember that there was still a player on the pitch. Yeah. Sadio Mane was on the pitch. He did not leave the pitch until when he went to call the players back from the tunnel. So he did not leave the pitch. So if you're saying, the players were not on the pitch, but there was a player on the pitch. That cannot even be determined. And then the penalty was paid also.
Morocco also were not present there. Like, they were perplexed, and most of their players were also going to the sideline. You understand? You cannot just now penalize a team that became a champion 2 months after they've celebrated, they've done parades and all that. That's why African football cannot get the respect that they actually deserve. You understand that kind of thing? These players have played out there. Many of them even paid for the hotels they stayed in.
Yes.
We heard about Nigeria footballers sleeping in the airports, on airport beds in Libya the other time. So like, all these things happen, and all these players, due to the love they have for the game and the kind of excitement that comes with it and the kind
Patriotism
of
for their
love
country.
they have for this thing. They ended up playing this game, winning it. For fuck's sake, Brian, mind my language. Don't I said it.
I said it is a total BS.
It's bullshit, bro. Say it as it is.
Because it is uncalled for. Are you going to say, okay, so the penalty was taken, the penalty that led to the entire saga was taken, isn't it? It was.
Exactly.
And then Diaz Panenka it in a very into the hands of
Awful Panenka, I call it.
It was an awful Panenka, which Mbappe still later taught him how to play it, obviously, which is a very funny thing here. But then still he played the Panenka into the hands of the goalkeeper. The game was restarted. Senegal won the AFCON on merit. Total merit. Now you're coming after 2 months telling them, oh no, they should return the trophy. You are declaring Morocco the winner. That is, to me, it's a disgrace to football as a whole. It's a disgrace.
In Diaz Drogba's voice, this is a total disgrace.
It is total disgrace.
I'm telling you.
Like, I mean, I was ashamed for CAF because I'm like,
bro, sometimes you look at some things and you be like, wow, man.
I can't believe I'm an African for this.
Why did my great grandfather stay?
But that's actually justice because the Moroccan association, I think they took it to court and they have to like.
They took it to court. They took it to the
disciplinary board. Like, maybe
of
in the rule guiding the game, if you play for like 15 minutes, they're going to like call off the match and stuff like that. And it went
but remember, there's something happened also. Something happened when they went to the Moroccan Football Federation took the matter to CAF court, which the disciplinary board. The disciplinary court ruled in favor of Senegal. Then they appealed it. It was the appeal board that ruled in favor of Morocco. Now, that is where I'm now going to come into place. When the matter was in the appeal court, Morocco refused to host the WAFCON. Morocco is to host the WAFCON, but they refused to host the WAFCON. So the WAFCON was postponed. So they refused to host it because they felt that, we are cheated. And then I feel the Court of Appeal felt, okay, at this rate, Morocco is one of the countries that is capable of hosting a World Cup. Morocco has the capacity and the ability to host the World Cup.
Yeah.
They are going to be hosting the World Cup also alongside very soon.
Yeah.
So they feel, okay, they have the amenities for us and in Africa to do things of this standard. They don't want to piss Morocco off.
This is no diss to Africa. I'm looking at that camera right there. See, this is no diss to Africa, and I'm saying it out there that if we don't change the way we do things, the way we actually our legal system and stuff like that, we'll keep having this kind of bullshit. Because
they feel they can walk away with it.
But I have something to say with regards to the Senegalese player leaving the pitch. Don't you think that is it's an African problem? I think we are just addressing the fact that we know that football games are never fair. To some extent, that's why the FIFA association is implementing goal line technology, VAR, and the rest. They are trying to make sure that the game go very well.
Can I point out that a particular player was on the pitch? A particular player was still on the pitch.
No, irrespective of
the
that.
Players
What about
the
the attitude of those players, those Senegalese players that left the pitch?
So now
Why would we address that? Don't you think that is an African thing? Because in Europe, they experience same issues whereby the officiating is not going their way and you still see them playing. But in Africa here, we feel that,
it was the coach that called them off the pitch.
That's what I'm saying. It's an African problem because the coach, those players play outside Africa.
Now, let me now.
It's something that they can't do.
This has
they can't do outside Africa.
Let me
because they are paid.
They also paid.
Now let me bring you to something that before this.
You get money where you go pay me where I go behave myself. I mean, get all that money where you go pay me.
But then I'll be like, Daniel,
they also pay.
You should take note of this.
My take is that we don't really respect ours.
We do.
No, we don't. We do. Because those players won't do that in their premiership club or their club side.
They will. No, that's why I'm saying that. Look at something. There's stuff that preceded this matter. You understand? But coming into the game, Moroccans have been what all doing different things, like stealing towels and all that.
Issue
Exactly.
with
Stealing towel, not just Mendy,
the goalkeeper.
Wabali, they've been doing these things.
Yeah.
They've been doing this right before the game.
You know the thing is,
Before that game. So now this is a built up frustration that this has been going, and it has been ruled in favor of Morocco because they are the hosts. Now, at the final, this thing was happening. You saw the second choice goalkeeper of Senegal fighting with ball boys
for the towel that belongs to
and then the
person on the pitch.
Moroccan substitute were there dragging
it back. Of course, then you now want to talk about discipline.
And we are talking about
the
discipline.
Moroccan team.
So is it an African problem?
I feel like it is an African problem.
And
it is natural.
At the same time,
at the same time, black people that are following Senegalese players, please stop. The voodoo you guys use is strong. Give them the trophy, and after 2 months, collect it back.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chris and Mr. Daniel. So let's look through the Champions League features, the talk of the table, the talk of everywhere. Liverpool, Galatasaray. What's your take on that, Mr. Chris?
I would say something before Victor Osimhen's injury in the second leg. I mean, Galatasaray seems as if they were going to take it all. They were going to take it all. The composure, the discipline, while playing. Immediately, Fiona got injured. That was the end. Liverpool came for blood. Liverpool came as an hungry lion ready to devour. And devour is what they did.
Mr. Chris, what's your take?
My take, I hate Liverpool. I hate the fact that they are not working alone right now. I wish they were.
But they never did.
They never did, bro.
Not at Anfield, man.
And what's even hurtful is the fact that Osimhen is injured, and wow, I actually don't know what to say. I feel bad about it, but I get something to drop, Sha. Mr. Chris, What did you say about Bodo last week?
No. See, to be honest, I will tell the viewers, Bodo were up to something. They were cooking. I will say this loud and clear. Bodo were cooking,
and the food got burnt.
They just overcooked. It is football. They overcooked.
You're cooking with the highest temperature. It go burn.
They were cooking something.
You can see how dark that pot was. Like losing 5-0. Come on, brother. Just go 1 or 2.
Just one.
It was sporting. Remember,
this was not what he said last week.
I said Bodo was an underdog.
Yeah, sure.
Compared to Sporting, Bodo was an underdog. For them to win the first leg shows that
if you win a first leg, a first leg for 1-0 or 2-0, people can still view you as an underdog.
Yes.
But you winning a first leg 3 goals. Do you understand my point? All you need going back to your opponent's home is a goal or 2. Look at what Atletico and Barcelona did in Copa del Rey recently. Going into that game, Atletico were the underdogs. Beating back up 4-0, they were viewed as this thing is done. What did Atletico do? They made sure Barca did not score. They knew Barca would be out there on a mission to play and win.
Yes.
But then one thing Atletico made sure was you beat us. Yeah. But you're not going over this. Do you understand? So allowing a team that you've destroyed
in the first leg
to come back and have the guts to score 5 against you without you replying, not once, not twice. Come on, brother, you didn't do well.
Actually,
so you can't tell me that they were still underdogs going into that game.
They were always be the underdog.
They weren't the underdog going into because people are just expecting them that please just score 1 goal.
Yeah, actually,
you having 3 goals ahead doesn't mean you're going to win the game.
And which is where experience comes in. Experience just comes in. I told you this thing last week. I told you that Bodo does not know what it is to be in a state like the Champions League. You compared it to the Conference League.
No, they played in the Europa also.
Europa League. So it's the light shine brightest in football in 2 competitions, the World Cup and the Champions League.
Yes, I agree with that.
you can't compare what Bodo did
I
in the
agree
Europa
with you.
League.
I agree with you.
with
I agree with you
Champions
on
League.
Sporting destroying Bodo. But then to me, I felt Bodo could have done something. But then they went ahead and did nothing.
No.
It's disheartening. It's disheartening because when I saw the scoreline, I did not watch the game. When I scored the scoreline, I was totally perplexed. I was just like, what came to my head straight was like, Daniel's going to send me a message. Like literally, I'm like, Daniel's going to send me a message.
I kept this thing like,
I just saw it immediately after the game. I just saw the message. It was like, watch out for
So
me.
he was waiting.
No.
He was waiting for me.
I kept everything I have to say like just watch out, bro, because you're dead.
He came for me.
Like, see,
but then that didn't.
The only thing I didn't do today is like bring a body bag. I would have become the Undertaker.
What I would say is that overall, like Bodo had a very, very nice run.
Yes,
and a
they
nice
did.
campaign.
Coming into the round of 16, they did.
So
They
let's
did.
talk about the City Madrid match.
It should be the one to talk about the City Madrid. It should be the
I
one.
think you're the best person to talk about it.
Brother, let me start by saying this. Premier League is shit.
This is why I asked you to go first. Because I know he's going to go for Premier League.
Anywhere out there should know this. Premier League is trash, bro. All Premier League does is media. They get media team. You understand that kind of thing? You see this kind of city where we do it. Now Premier League, brother.
They would not put 3D board behind us.
This, bro. Brother.
City did not give us what we want.
I beg you, don't go there.
City
What
did not
do
give
you
us what we
want?
Pep Guardiola masterclass or disaster class.
My leg.
It was a disaster. I mean, for a club like City. But then I'm not surprised. It is Real Madrid. It is Real Madrid. Real Madrid has more experience in this competition.
Not inform Real Madrid.
Not inform City too.
But then, like, Real Madrid is like, let's just be sincere with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, compared to what City is doing.
Yeah.
City has the ability to actually like do more than what they did in that game.
Actually.
The only thing I could say is this is the first time I will ever say this, and I've never said this before. Pep Guardiola was outcoached. Like, he was outcoached. You don't need
The destroyer
50
become destroyed.
You don't need 50 corner kicks. You don't need 30.
When you're not Arsenal.
30.
You don't have to be Arsenal to do 50.
You don't even need
corner kick to score.
You don't need up to 60% possession.
Mm.
If you know what you are going out there to do, just go out there and do it. And that was what Madrid did. They went out there, let them play. If we see that attack like this and run, Vini run, Mbappe run, this guy run, Brahim run, just run. And that was what they did. They ran. They outran, outplayed.
No, they didn't know.
That's why before I said this outplay, I started with saying that you don't need all those things. Do you understand my point?
That's how he plays.
You can keep on.
He wants the ball to his team, so he tells them to keep the ball.
You don't, if outplaying people without result. That was my issue with Barca for years. You pass, no go. Why?
You maintain the game tempo, you control the game,
exactly.
but you're not scoring.
You're not scoring. It's not football. Immediately the ball gets to the back of the net, you've achieved your aim. You understand? So, to me, City were outplayed.
Yeah.
They were totally outplayed. They were destroyed.
I agree with you.
So, you think passing, going there, cutting in, playing the triangle football, then turning into tiki-taka, and then going to taka-tiki, and then you get tiki-taka. It's nothing.
I agree with you on that.
First time.
Yeah. Pep tried to cook, but he was cooked. So, yeah, it was cooked.
He didn't get burned, but he was cooked.
He was cooked.
He was really cooked.
It was cooked.
Wow.
Man, he wanted to cook something up, but it was
With
tough.
all his money that he spent during the transfer window, he was still cooked.
It was cooked, man.
With all his ingredients, he was
It was cooked, man. It's not about ingredients anymore.
It's not about ingredients.
It's about
the chef.
Exactly, it's about the chef.
Gordon Ramsay shit.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
So let's talk about the Chelsea.
Oh my God.
The Chelsea's Paris Saint-Germain's match.
Oh my
As a
God.
Chelsea
You know,
fan,
You want me to go first?
No. As a Chelsea
Tell me how you
fan,
feel. You guys tell me how you feel first.
as a Chelsea fan, I feel disoriented. I was
my
perplexed.
goodness.
The
I was expecting a fight.
Exactly.
I was expecting a
English is very
fight.
sweet when you are very sad.
I was expecting us to go there and shoot her we are the Blues. We are Chelsea. This is London.
But they blew you away.
This is Stamford.
They blew you out.
But then. I mean, I'm not. At the first leg, I complained the first leg about the sub. That we were controlling the tempo of the game in the first leg. It was balanced.
But you lost.
And then,
My own problem was that's my problem now. I just said something now that possession is not football.
Yes.
Controlling tempo is not football, bro.
And then,
if you want to control tempo, be an orchestra. Just be the orchestrator and be doing like this. Football, PSG came out with a game plan. You want to tell me that you want to control tempo past Luis Enrique? Luis Enrique coached a team. He played tiki-taka and winning 6 trophies in a year.
Yeah, I think so with Barcelona.
So you can't tell me that, this, and he did that again with PSG last season. So you can't tell me that you want to control tempo more than he knows what he's going there for. And it's the Champions League. Yeah. You are not controlling shit in the Champions League. You want to
PSG is the bigger team there.
The bigger team in terms of what?
I mean, it's PSG. PSG is a world champion. Like, no, when I mean world champion, I'm not talking about the FIFA Club World Cup because obviously I see all that, and I'll brag with it anytime. Until you have it, you can't come for me.
Better side in terms of player for player.
In
terms of money,
did you not beat them? Did you not beat PSG in the final? Did you not beat PSG in the final?
We did.
So what is now like?
It's a different coach.
So now it's the coach fault.
It is.
I'll deck you guys. Chelsea.
Because that is name that man is.
We were playing well in the first leg.
That man is
and then comes in the first leg we were playing well before he made those subs, and after the subs it was like the entire game went sour.
My question is, why is he starting that our goalkeeper?
Why is it me you are?
What's his name again?
It's Sanchez.
The other guy that's
ball playing goalkeeper. What's his name again?
And that's why he started him now to play the ball. He's a ball playing goalkeeper. He plays the ball and allow goes in.
You see, I don't want to talk about Chelsea because it's disheartening. Let's talk about Atlanta. Atlanta lost to Bayern.
No, we have to talk about Chelsea.
Atlanta lost to Bayern also.
It was not. Of course, Bayern is going to beat Atlanta.
Because it was a total destruction.
Like,
bro, no.
Atlanta had no chance.
See, this is what we call moving the goalpost. You understand? We are here trying to shoot, and this is what happened with Chelsea. You are trying to shoot the ball here, and the post is right there. And that is what our brother here is doing. You understand? You're trying to shoot the ball to that side. You can't. Bro, face fact. Chelsea are not...
They're not who we used to be. Let's say
I'm just trying to say, back to my points of Premier League is shit.
Yeah.
You understand? You guys are out there doing whatever it is you're doing in the Premier League and you think that is what...
But Arsenal topped the table in the Champions League. They did not lose any. Right, and then they still now Arsenal is still in the competition. So what are you going to say?
Right here, I'm going to say this right now. I have to say this right now. So you mean a South London team is now using a North London team as their, what's it called?
You
Pride of London.
You attack
London brothers.
So now they are now together.
Outside EPL, we are brothers.
Fuck you guys.
Outside EPL, we are brothers.
That's right. See, let me tell you. You guys should be the first. You should be the first.
You will have this conversation until you meet Bayern.
I don't meet Bayern now. Now the same as now. You are talking about that have chances of meeting Bayern.
I'm pretty sure Arsenal is going to win against Bayern and
against
who? Against Bayern. You understand? I have that feeling.
Call me delusional.
I don't think so.
I have that feeling that Arsenal is going to be in the semi-final or the final.
I've told you that the delusional part of this room is
I said and I quote. Quote my word anyway. Arsenal is going to be in the semi-final or the final of the Champions League, and that is on period. Clock it. Or is that what it says?
We'll have to come back to this. We'll have to come back to this. We'll have to come back to this.
See, put it in reference because we have to run that clip or whatever. How did they always say that thing?
I will stand on it.
Bro, I'll bring a bench for you to stand on. Don't worry.
Arsenal is one of the best teams in the world.
See, should I tell you something, Femi? The thing is,
did you watch this
Bayern? No, I want to talk about Bayern. I'm telling you that the kind of attack that Barca launches and score a lot of goals, that's the kind of attack Bayern launches. and Bayern have one of the strongest defense in Europe.
Yes.
So now you're not telling me that a team that combines that two features is definitely going to be stronger than an Arsenal team that most of what they rely on for goals is corner kick. Bro, Arsenal bust my brain to the point of scoring from their opponent's corner. That's when I knew that Arsenal, they score corners.
Bro, for real.
They cut through corners, bro. The corner kick was on this side of the field. Arsenal scored on this side of the field. It a boss brain, bro. So you won't tell me say that kind of thing they could play against Bayern? No, now come on.
Until then, I won't bring up this argument. Until then, mark my word for it. This is my word.
I'm always good at marking your words.
Thank God.
Just the fact that they played against Man City has exposed their horrible football and everything.
That was the sad thing. Like, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but
they could not progress the ball. No ball carrying midfielder.
Champions League, I will support Arsenal. When we go to the Champions League, I will support Arsenal against any other club because it's an EPL club. You know,
what's your take on their football style of play? Like, what's your take on it?
I mean, Arsenal, most of their goods this season came from corner.
So it's just about winning. The entertainment aspect of the game is gone.
It does not speak football as it's supposed to. Because why can't you score from open play? Like open play. Let's see the game, not you heading the ball into the net.
I would disagree with you there because I'll tell you why. It doesn't have to look pretty. In as much as the result
football is called the beautiful game.
Your take, your view on how to score a particular goal can be different from how we score. There was a period where this style of goal scoring, pass and shoot was very, very common. I know it's still
even cross and node was common at a point.
There was a period. Is this same Chelsea team that made this cross and node that you're talking about very, very famous? It wasn't pretty, but they were getting results.
Yeah, it's more about results.
Mourinho won the league.
Yeah,
by playing
low block.
Exactly. So, in as much as results, results are being like you get results from whatever it is you're doing. Yeah. You can carry on.
Yeah, but remember when we're doing this cross
shout out Shidera and shout out my younger brother. I always argue this thing with them. The only issue I had was them scoring from another person's corner. I was like, for those that don't understand Yoruba, like, has it gotten to that point where, like, you have to score from corners?
We are saying the same thing. We are saying the same. Now, but then it doesn't have to be beautiful. They are winning. Football is supposed to be entertaining. Imagine sitting down watching a game for 90 minutes and all you're just seeing is just people moving balls around you. There's no excitement. But there is should I point out all you just see is just someone scoring corner kick.
Is the open plays actually bringing to the corners? It's not as if they carry the ball to the corner.
Actually,
like is the open play that actually led to the corners?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now we have to understand that it's because of the way teams are defending against them. That's why they end up with those corners. And they know that they have tall defenders and taller players. So they use it to their advantage well. These guys know how to play set piece.
Yeah, they know.
They know how to. Which is, it's because they are good at it. That's why it doesn't look sexy again. It's because they are very good at it. That's why it does.
I agree with that.
As of last season, or 2 seasons ago, no one had problem with them because they weren't winning things with it. You understand? Now that it looks like, these guys are going to carry Premier League, playing corner kicks, you get, that's where there is an issue now. Do you understand my point?
It's not because they are going to win the Premier League. That's why we're.
But do you think they are going to win the Premier League, Mr. Chris?
I feel like they will.
I mean, they have higher chances of winning it, but they've had track record of being at the top of the table and at the last minute.
But not like this. There is a difference. Not like this.
Yeah, I mean, right now they are like being top 9 points ahead of Man City.
Being top of the table like this right now, with coming to the end of the season, game week 31 just took place. Coming to the end of the season, the only thing I feel like that can really, really hinder Arsenal from winning the Premier League.
They should lose two games.
Not losing 2 games, but losing 2 players or 3. Like Timber, Gabriel, those 2 guys are very, very important on their team. Yeah. Once they lose those kind of players, or Declan Rice,
I feel like
one of those players, they are going to. They have the depth, no cap, but like it's not going to feel the same way. They would need Gabriel's presence.
Yes.
They would need Timber's space. they would need Declan Rice leadership.
Yeah.
So those things are very important in everything Arsenal does. Everything still circle back to these players that I mentioned. So now, apart from other players, I'm not saying other players are not, but I'm saying that these three players are like, so once there is an issue with any of these players,
it affects the system.
It's going to affect the system. With William Saliba, sorry, I missed him out. It's very important that we know that like Saliba has to be there. Declan Rice, Gabriel, and Timber.
Even Raya too has been exceptional.
Exactly. The goalkeeper
has been exceptional.
The thing about goalkeeping is, if you have a very good defender, it's going to make you look better.
Yes.
Because every save you make is going to look like a crucial save, since nobody is passing your defenders. Yeah. So the few balls that pass always look like a crucial save, which give credit to the guys Saliba and Gabriel. So I feel like if these players are down, Arsenal are down totally. So I just feel like even if they lose a game or two, I feel like they can draw one and still win some certain games, like getting 1-0.
There's still possibility
they are going to score. They are going to score. Arsenal is still going to score their corner, even if it's not 1 or 2.
Yeah, I know that, but what I'm saying is it's the game of football. Anything can happen.
They will win this.
So yes, right now we all have we all feel they can win the league, but at the same time, it's Arsenal. They like being second.
Oh,
they'll bottle it.
2006.
I mean, you can see that.
Let's just be clear that they won the league 20 years ago. So the last time they won the league. So I feel like
it's even more than 20.
No. It's
2003-4, I think.
2003?
Yeah, 2003.
Sorry, mind my memory. I'm an old man. So
around the time.
So 2003.
You're still a baby that time.
What the fuck are you saying?
You're still a baby.
I knew one from 2 now. What are you saying?
but then you can see what Arsenal is made of from the Carabao Cup final against Man City, because you would know that was where I was convinced that they are going to win the Premier League. But after that game, I just feel like, nah.
Should we also point out that finals experience matters a lot?
Yeah.
Guardiola has lost about just 3 finals in his career. I might get the numbers wrong. I'm not ChatGPT, but like he has lost like 3 finals in his career. So Arteta has not been in that stage for like
many times
like Guardiola. So there is no how you tell me that in the final Arteta will outcoach Guardiola.
But you know, Arsenal was playing well.
So like what I'm trying to differentiate is them playing in the Premier League and winning certain games, getting 3 points. It's totally different from playing a do or die game where you have to win. Do you understand?
And then we saw my favorite there. It became Kevin De Bruyne, Nico O'Reilly. The guy he did it once. He said, "Nah, I'm not down with once." 5 minutes later, he puts the other one back in. So that's what, like he was like, "Yeah, KDB is learning from me at this point."
No. That's too far.
That's extreme. But I mean, he's taking notes. He's taking notes from KDB's journey.
You need to put respect on.
He's taking notes from
the King's name.
Kelvin, how can I assist you, De Bruyne?
How am I going to
brother? Tell me where you want the ball. I'll give it to you.
KDB was in different level. KDB was in different level at Man City. You know, KDB was in different levels at Man City.
How do English people say it? We give honor where is due.
We give honor to
KDB was that exceptional player in City.
KDB is the honor himself.
Yes,
you understand? So
I put KDB on the same plane as I put Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller because there are no midfielders like that. What's
your take on them comparing him with Bruno Fernandes?
6'7".
KDB to Bruno Fernandes. Come on now, that's insultive to KDB.
Insultive?
Yeah, that's insultive to KDB.
You, Mr.
6'7".
See, what do you mean by 6'7"?
You know no.
No, I don't know.
You can't comparing KDB to.
I won't say Bruno is that far off. I won't say Bruno.
So you're saying you can compare Bruno to type of Toni Kroos, Thomas Muller, Luka Modric?
I won't say he's far off. He doesn't just have the if you watch Bruno play, Bruno plays exceptionally well. He runs after Bruno can mark, can defend,
he can do all that.
Can assist,
he can
throw passes that you won't expect to get to some certain places. He doesn't just have the trophy cabinet and the resume to show that oh, he can do all these things. It's not like Luka Modric when Luka was in Tottenham. Like Luka Modric was playing so well in Tottenham. It was only Madrid that looked at. Madrid doesn't go for anyhow players.
Yes.
Potentials.
They saw it that this guy is. You understand? If it were to be a different team or a different time, or let's say a different time in Manchester United that Bruno was in, trust me, many people would barely would if it's KDB, is Bruno, is KDB, because there's no results showing that Bruno is actually doing all these things.
So you said that
to people that play fantasy out here, the Turnaj is also a fantasy app. So like to people that play fantasy you'll find out that if you play fantasy, you'll find out that Bruno is one of the highest grossing midfielders that gives you points, apart from KDB and Salah. Salah gives you the goals. Salah is considered a midfielder on fantasy, not a winger.
Yeah.
So Salah gives you the goals that you need. Bruno gives you the assists and goals. Bruno scores more goals in a season than KDB. Check it anyway. On the Premier League, I think there was a period where they said that Bruno is the highest goal scoring midfielder in the Premier League for 2 years in a row, something like that. You understand? So Bruno scores more, and this was a period where KDB was in his prime in the Premier League. Do you understand my point? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you can look at it. They just have different resume. KDB has the trophies to back it up and all that. Bruno just have the.
Personally, to me, I'm just talking personally from my own opinion. I think KDB is much more there, and I can't put Bruno Fernandes anywhere close to KDB. I mean, Bruno Fernandes is there. I mean, he's good. You can't dispute that fact that he is good. He is that player.
According to TT, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he is the player, you know. But then, KDB is just exceptional for me. I mean, I see, when I see KDB, I compare him to the likes of Toni Kroos, because I'm like, Toni Kroos is there. And I'm like,
he's up there.
And I'm like, Thomas Muller is up there.
Should I tell you the reason why you see them as up there or stuff like that is because they have the resume to back it up.
And they prove it also in their national team.
Come on now, you want to compare the Germany team that Toni Kroos was in with that the Portuguese team that Bruno. Wait, let me land.
This Portuguese team is stuck.
No, this Portuguese team is stuck. No, why are we doing this? It's recently they were stuck now.
That's only
when Bruno first joined that team, you can bring it out. When Bruno first joined the Portuguese team, how many players were there that were so fucking good, apart from Nuno Mendes? Only what's this guy's name? Not Nuno Mendes. Ruben Neves, and this other guy. There were two.
I think. Fabinho and Moutinho. Those, are you talking about the Portuguese previous team?
The Portuguese previous team where Bruno first. Compare it with that of German team where Toni Kroos joined a team that had the former previous highest goal scorer in the World Cup. Closer. He had Ozil. He had Khedira. He had Manuel Neuer was in his prime. You can list about 4 to 7 players that are better on paper than any Portuguese players there, except Ronaldo. So and this guy in Man City, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Those were the only 2 players that you would look at. João Felix only had like 2 good seasons at Atletico Madrid.
Now,
when he joined, so we can't compare those kind of teams, bro.
We can't compare because when he joined the national team, they don't have exceptional players, right? That's what you're saying. But then remember that when Toni Kroos, or when he joined the national team also, okay, let's say they have exceptional players, but these players retire and then it's this that now comes.
That is why I said you can't compare German talent. You can't compare because it keeps moving. German talents to Portuguese standards. When before Ronaldo there was Luis Figo.
Yeah.
Before after Luis Figo, Ronaldo. After Ronaldo, who else has carried that mantle for Portugal? Like we had. Ronaldo had to come back. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
No, I get your point. I get your point.
Currently now,
the Portuguese
yes,
team
I'm talking about
So
when
you're
Cruz,
expecting something.
when you're saying when
We are
Cruz and
expecting
all
something
that.
from this current Portuguese team.
Yeah,
as equivalent to the German team of 2010 that won the World Cup.
Hello,
Exactly.
please, can I just no 20? It's 2014.
It's
but-
2014,
but
rather, sorry.
Can I just say something? We can't really do that though. I want Argentina to still win this World
Yeah,
Cup.
then you're out
I
of your
want
mind. For saying that statement, you must be out of your mind. I mean, for saying that, for that statement you made, you must be out of your mind. Now, I know...
It's not going to be a take until they won't see what you see unless they see it.
I mean,
like, when it gets to that
even
point,
if they want to steal it,
I'll write this down. I'm out of my mind.
Even if they want to steal it,
I'll open
even
this
if
for
they
you
want to
like
steal
this.
it, Argentina is not going to win it.
Come on,
But
brother.
that's your take. Yeah,
So who's going to win it? Who's going to win it?
no, I'm not ready to decide who's going to win
I
it.
want
Who do
to-
you want to win?
I want
Who do I
Argentina
want to
to
win
win.
it? Who do I want to win?
I
I
want to
feel, for me personally, I mean, England has the team. I mean, England has the team. Spain.
I'm a big fan of the French national team.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going there. I mean, England has the team. Spain is stacked. You understand?
Yeah, it's
Spain has the team.
stacked, yeah.
France also has it. So if you ask me, I'll say any of the
But
three.
Argentina is low-key start.
They are not
Low-key.
They are
They're
stacked.
stacked.
They are stacked.
They are
So
you know,
you're not taking
Brazil
them out of
also
my
is
mind.
there.
Thinking that,
Brazil. Me, I don't see-
Brazil is there.
see, you just see, you have decided
I don't see them. I don't see
You
them.
have not seen it.
I don't see them
You
as
see
a
You
what
have
short
decided
percent.
You don't see
I
what I'm
don't know
saying. But
to see
I
it. Even
mean,
with my glasses,
as a lot-
I can't see it.
As a lot
Pele.
is going to do
It's
something.
like they should put
with
Ancelotti,
that.
Guardiola all together in that touchline. With that team, they are
See,
not
let me
going
tell you
anywhere.
something about Brazilian teams here. Brazilian teams are like
They play the beautiful game. That's what
that's the end
They
of
play
it.
beautiful
And
football.
they are the highest winning team in the whole world and the World Cup stage and all that.
Yeah, I think they have won
see
like 5 times or something.
we see that we like it for them and all that, but like, come on, man.
They're not it anymore, right?
They're not there again.
More below average.
They're not there again.
Yeah.
They're most of the only player I feel pity for, and the time that he's joining the Argentina team, the Brazilian team, is Rafinha. Rafinha is playing out of his mind, and like him now being in a Brazilian team that
No, so
that's-
Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, the likes of them
Rodrigo barely starts for
Yeah,
Madrid.
now he's even injured.
Okay,
so,
now
Rodrigo
Vinicius,
barely starts for
Vini is what?
Vini is a
there to-
crybaby. Sorry to say to everyone out
Vini
there,
is a
but
crybaby.
he's a crybaby.
Oh,
Any
obviously.
slight when the light shine the brightest and stuff like that, any little issue that comes up, he turns it into like his own. I don't know the right words to use, but
It
like
is-
you understand what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say. He's a crybaby. He's
Okay,
I'm
no,
not
no,
making
no,
him.
he's
He's
always
always
seeking validation from
exactly.
the,
So that kind of thing. So he's the media's crybaby and all that kind of
So
thing.
you're saying
So what I'm
that
saying
you're
is-
saying that so because you're a Barcelona fan, so you want Rafinha to win the World Cup. So that's why
I'm not saying
no.
Did you hear what I said before? That's why I said that.
Yeah, no, I
like,
know
I'm
you
going
choose
to write.
Argentina.
I chose Argentina, but I'm saying that in a time where Rafinha is playing out of his mind and being one of the best players in the world, he cannot be recognized for it. Why? Because he's in a time in Brazil where they are still struggling.
They're still struggling.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
So
I
they are at the
understand
point
that.
of rebuilding the whole team.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you can't count
actually.
top 5 players.
Hendrick
in the
could get there, Sha.
early 2000s,
Hendrick could get there.
You
Hendrick
can
could
count.
get there.
You can count more than from the likes of Ronaldo, De Lima, Ronaldinho.
Yeah, it's the Brazil team is not there.
Dida, Robinho,
The Brazil
Carlos,
team.
Now,
Roberto
you just
Carlos.
Right now, I'm
just
saying the
call.
Brazil team is not there. So if you say my choice to win the World Cup, I would say I'll go between France, England, and Spain.
England.
No, you know why I said England? Because
I'm standing 10 toes down.
I know. England
Argentina
has
are
won
winning the World Cup.
They've been there. But,
I said so.
I mean, they have the players.
I want them to win it.
But
They
then
have to win it.
they probably will just do what they do every World Cup.
You see
and-
that
and
star
go back on the
on
top team.
Argentina should turn to 4, please. I want Messi to win one more World Cup. If he plays in it,
They
I
go
want
to win one World Cup,
I want
right?
him to win one more.
He's your goat, not my goat.
He's my
Yeah,
goat.
he's my
He is your goat.
Majority carries the vote.
He is
My
your
man,
goat.
I said this side of the
Yeah,
group.
this side of
man.
the-
He is your goat.
We need to partition it.
Bro,
Because
see, you understand?
he is the GOAT.
You know,
See,
the
the
greatest-
next time we are seated like this here, we will give him this year.
Abi.
He go
We should
sit
do
down.
it now.
Bro, just sit down here.
I mean, to you, he is your goat,
Yeah.
but he is not my goat.
Well,
This guy does not have football
Let's just
knowledge.
leave it.
Let's leave this guy.
Let's-
here.
let's-
Who is your goat? Who is your goat? Who is your goat?
Let's
Drop
keep it like
it.
that.
Who is your goat? Who is your goat?
LM10.
You don't even have the mind to even
Yeah,
CR7.
CR7, Pele.
Guy, let's leave this
That
place
one
for
that
this
we
guy.
do for
Let's
Isieu.
leave this guy here.
God that we do for Isieu.
Let's leave this guy here.
Cristiano.
Let's leave that conversation for
He's a
another
good-
day, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah,
So
let's
thank
leave
you
him.
very much, Mr. Daniel. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris.
Yeah.
It has been a very nice and engaging session with
Yes,
you
sir.
guys. This is our first show on Let's Talk Sports with Turnaj. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your reviews in the comment section. Thank you.